Okay, well, this is July the 11th of 2025, and we're back out here off Brush Creek Road one more time. There's just a number of these old roads up here that make good short hikes, and we're kind of continuing our summertime series of finding short hikes you can go do and get done in the morning before the heat of the day. And that's a good one today because it's going to be up in the lower to mid 90s today and supposed to be pretty humid. So anyhow, this particular old road here on the map does have a name. It's called Upper Spencer Ridge. So we will see where this takes us to today. It's starting off pretty good. We're getting started about 8:30 in the morning. I saw a couple deer and one black bear going off the road on the way in. So the wildlife seems to be out a little bit this morning for some reason. We've got up here on the ridge, we're up higher back here on the edge of the Leatherwood Wilderness. We've got a nice little breeze right now blowing through here. So hopefully that'll stay. Okay, well, you've seen the start of the road that's ahead of us. So I'm going to go and shut the camera off here for a little bit. Catch you in a few. Okay, we moved a little further along the old road here, Upper Spencer Ridge. Oh well, hello there. Yeah. Mr. Turtle's out strolling the trail with us. Yep, well, you go on about your business, buddy. Yes, you never know what you're going to come across back in here. Yeah, looks like we've got an area here that's grown up pretty good. Yep. And again, on all these hikes up here in the summertime, I got my gaiters on and got pretty well coated with bug spray. So I've been fortunate so far on the, 6 of them I've done, 6 roads. I've not had a tick yet. Now, I probably just ruined my luck saying that. Oh boy. I think over here to our left, and you can kind of see the drop off over there. I think that drops down to Spencer Creek. And I'm not sure what drainage is over here on the right. Again, this is on a ridge line, so you can kind of see that there is a drop off over there heading down into that valley. Well, the spider webs are definitely out this morning. I don't think anybody's been back in here to break any of them any time recently. Well, so far this old road's doing pretty good. Yeah, well, you can see it ahead of us there. I'll shut the camera off for a little bit. See you in a few. Well, this is where the Upper Stewart Ridge Road ends, and it matches where I stopped on my tracker, matches where the map shows. So again, with leaf off and stuff, you've got a drainage on each side, and you could go further ahead and you'd probably head on down a hill towards some private property down at the bottom. But anyhow, this is the end of the Upper Stewart Ridge Road. Again, in the fall, you could probably do some hiking down into the drainages and stuff from here. But anyhow, that closes out this one. I'm going to look for another faint old road on the way back out. We'll see if I find it. See you later. On the way back out of Upper Stewart's Ridge, there's an old road, dotted line kind of road on the map that looks like it takes off right about here. And as I'm heading back out toward Brush Creek Road, it's on the right hand side. I'm going to walk up here just a little ways and see what we have here, if anything. Well, if there was a road down here, it's not much of one anymore. Huh. Yeah. I mean, there's the ridge line right there going down into the drainage. We'll go up here just a little bit, see if there's any sign of it up here. Yeah, it's really hard to say. Well, this might be it here, or what's left of it. Walk down here just a little ways. And again, I'm breaking spider webs all over the place. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know how much further down that goes. Again, you can go right over here to the right. And see where it starts down over the ridge into the drainage. So I think that old road there goes on out to a point out there. I see something here, if I can keep the sun on it just right. Yeah. A little bit of nature's artistry here. If you'll be able to see it real well. That spider's got a nice web laid out there that he's worked hard on. I'm going to leave him alone. Let him go do his thing. Okay, well, I think I'm going to turn around and head back. There is a piece of a road here and you can get down in there. I think it will stop at the ridge line. And it goes on down that way a little ways. You can kind of see it running down. Probably stops at a little knoll down there at the end of this ridge. Anyhow, I'll shut the camera off for now and work my way back to the car. See you later. Okay, well, we completed one old road. And here's the next one I want to get done and try. This again takes off of Brush Creek Road and heads off to the northwest kind of. This is about the last one before you get to the old trailhead up here in Leatherwood Wilderness. There's a couple others that showed up on the map, but I don't see any entrance to them from the Brush Creek Road, so you might find something if you bushwhack back in there. But again, these are supposedly short little hikes that are relatively easy just to get out. You can do in the summertime of a morning, a couple of them. Explore a little new territory, see what's going on. Now this old road doesn't have a name on the map, so it's another one of the nameless ones, and we'll see where it goes. Okay, make a right turn here and continue on back. Well, you've seen the start of it. Here's the next segment, and you can see right over here where you start down the ravine, or down over the ridge into the ravine next to it. So all of these that I've been doing along and through here pretty much run on ridge lines and have drop-offs on both sides. Anyhow, so I'll shut the camera off for a few. Talk to you later. Well, this one here has a little bit more up and down. We crossed over more or less level area there at the start, and now we're heading downhill a little way. So we're going to drop down into a little bit of a valley here. I think it goes down and then comes up on the other side a little ways before it stops. I did want to make one comment, I guess, here while thinking about it. On the one I just completed, or I turned around, when I looked at the mapping system, I was about to run into some private property lines. But one little note for you is where I stopped, there were some signs off to the left that said that sign or land behind those signs was National Park or Forest Service land. So if you wanted to go to the end of that road and go down into the creek valley to the left, you could go over to where you would be behind those signs, and you could get down into that creek valley and avoid the private property there. Or it sure looked that way. I didn't do it, but that's the way it looks on the map, and given what I saw there on the signage. So anyhow, just a note. Yeah, this is turning into a pretty good little downhill here. This will be fun going back the other way. Okay, well, the old road continues on. I'll set the camera off here for a minute. See you in a few. Okay, well, yeah, spiders again. They're all over the place. Yeah. Well, actually, it looks like you'd have several options here. Looks like the old road continues on to the right. Looks like there might be another path, trail, something there that you could take to the left. I'm going to the right here a little bit further. Yeah, this one winds back in here a little bit further than you might think. Okay. Well, looky here. We got a little bitty stream to cross. Yeah. Goes on over that edge there. Trucks on down. Okay, there goes the road ahead. I'm gonna shut the camera off. Go back in here just a little further. See you later. Okay, well, this is my third stop for today along the road. I've had two very good results with old roads here. One that really good, and one that was pretty decent, and both of them have options to actually do more. I wanted to stop here. It almost like people have made a little parking area right there at some point in time, and I wanted to come see just where this went. I have a feeling this may hook into the Ozark Highlands Trail here. Ooh, big cobweb there. There you go. Yeah. Over there, boy, the spiders are out. Goodness. If that's what this does, I mean, it wouldn't really be a hike of its own, but it would be an entrance to to the trail. You got kind of a fork here. I don't know. I mean, this does not show on my mapping system as an old road, but obviously there has been something back in here. Well, I don't know. This almost does look like old trail. I'm wondering if this was a trailhead before they got the new one done, New Brush Creek trailhead done, down on Push Mountain Road. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera off for a minute here and see where we're at. Talk to you later.